and Sid Show.
Guaranteed to be enormously successful.
It's about truth, the damn truth, New York's truth, the truth behind the BS. For New York, nothing at all in between. This is Bernard McGurk.
So Bernie.
This is Sid Rosenberg.
The one and only Sid.
Live, local, on it.
You never know what's going to happen.
Exclusively.
What is this?
77 WABC.
Woo!
Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Little Jackson Brown for you. 10:08 on your Wednesday morning. Welcome back to the Bernie and Sid Show right here on legendary 77 WABC. Now you're talking, Bernard. Jackson Brown. Love Jackson Brown.
Why? Didn't he slap around Daryl Hannah at some point? How can you support somebody like that?
I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
But she smacked around Daryl Hannah too?
I'm sure Bill did. Somebody out there.
No.
He just took his penis out in front of Paula Jones.
That's it. There's a difference. But, that brings up an interesting point.
What's that?
Which is worse?
Hold on, I like this part.
Running on empty. Running on. Come on now, Pete.
Which is worse what?
A domestic abuser.
Okay.
Or a serial predator. Let's say, put it this way. Let's say...
Does the serial predator come into contact with anybody?
You beat your wife.
Okay.
Or you cheat on her left and right. Which is worse? Is one worse than the other?
Well, that depends on the woman. Believe it or not, there are women that can sooner... It's actually not a stupid question. There are women who are wired in a way they can sooner deal with the physical damage than the emotional. Believe it or not. I mean, look, you punch somebody in the face like you did to me, there's going to be a mark. But here's the deal. That'll never go away, obviously, because of the emotional stress. But there are some women who would probably deal better with a little bit of that than the emotional stress. But I would imagine, in the end, anything physical is usually worse. Is that fair?
Well,
you're right.
The NFL doesn't suspend guys for cheating on their wives. They do suspend them if they assault them.
Right.
Plus, if you get hit, you can't really fight back because the guy's always stronger. At least if he cheats on you, you could just cheat on him.
Right. What?
All right. There you have it. The woman's perspective.
You sound you've got this take half your stuff thing down pat here, Joe.
Right.
I have plans.
But it's more than half. By the way, it's more than half. My wife, Danielle's a great divorce attorney. And I've seen her get 80% women and guys both. So the whole thing at half is a myth. You have a good attorney, it's more than half.
What happened? The guy usually gets hosed, right?
If you have a decent attorney, and she's actually really good, but yeah, because in the end, they make the guy out to look horrible.
But what if she cheats on him? Does she still get half his money, or can he get half hers?
No, it works both ways. It works both ways. He would hire an attorney, maybe Danielle, and say, "Hey, she cheated on me, and I want half." And he would. But the problem is that in most, and not all, but in most households, the men make more. But he would still be entitled to some of her pay, I would imagine. I'm not an attorney. I don't know.
No, there are mitigating factors like the kids,
right,
and all that stuff.
Right.
Who's going to raise them? A lot of outside variables.
It's just ugly, man.
It is. It's ugly. It's ugly. Don't do it.
Sitting in those rooms, honestly, is like sitting in a Clinton Trump debate.
It's like the waiting room in an abortion clinic.
Oh,
you just don't want to be there.
Right.
It's horrible.
How many times have you been there?
I've neither been in divorce court.
I'm pro-life.
I've neither been in divorce court nor,
thank God,
the waiting room of an abortion clinic.
Nor should you be.
I always send her by herself.
That's right. And an extra $50 for lunch.
No, I withdraw that comment.
Right.
And apologize.
Too late.
And apologize.
That's like in the court. They already heard it, so. Withdraw that.
Take it back. Strike that from the record. No, it's the ugly thing. We don't want to get involved in that.
But why did you bring that up just now for? Because Jackson Brown and Daryl Hannah?
Yes.
I mean, the guy's he's a great artist. He's a great artist.
That song is just nobody wants to hear Jackson Brown running on empty.
It's a great running song.
It's a great
No,
running
it's
song.
not.
I use it
It's
every
boring.
time. I love
Jackson Brown is boring.
It was
That's
in
right.
Forrest Gump.
Ah, you're nuts. Yeah, he did run in the movie Forrest Gump. That was one of the that and the song by Crosby, Stills, and Nash, another good running song.
You know, it's a great.
Oh, the Doobie Brothers.
Great
Yeah,
running.
Doobie Brothers, excuse me, right, thank
whole
you.
movie.
Come on.
Keeps
get it
you
straight.
running. That was close.
Sid's tired.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I actually feel pretty good, amazingly.
You are jacked up.
I had a great workout yesterday.
Physically and mentally.
Yeah, I feel bigger today, right?
You're popping
It's
out
the
of your
red-
shirt today.
I know. I
Jesus
don't know why.
Christ.
Yeah.
It's the Red Bull.
Right. But I meant you were all like, you're walking around. You
feel
eat
great.
Sandwiches. You're stomping,
Feel great.
You did a good job this morning.
Thank you.
Very good
I
job,
appreciate it.
must
Thank you.
say.
I love that Chaz Palminteri.
He was great, and he professed again his love for not just me, but Bernard, and invited Bernard and his lovely wife to his restaurant anytime they want, and did say, quote, that you guys are great together, which I hear all the time. And he said you guys should have more than 2 hours, which is clear, and is going to happen at some point, I would hope.
Now, will he accept if Crash and I go in place of you guys, or no? Do we have to pay?
Well,
The silence said it all.
well,
Exactly. Forget it.
But if it's
No.
Crash, you're definitely paying.
not only do you have to pay, but there's a chance you're not going to get in.
Not allowed on the street. Okay,
Right,
fine.
right. He'll pull a Steve Rubell on you, make you stand outside for 2 hours. No, honestly, if Crash comes to the door and says, I'm going to pay, he'll sit him wherever he wants. No food in a damn restaurant, but this guy, he'll spend $3,000.
You don't want to give him a carte blanche
No.
in a food establishment.
Listen, it's much easier and cheaper to clothe Crash. Just get him one of those ELO T-shirts than to feed him.
Wait a minute.
Bottom line.
Wait, no.
What? This man comes in with another volcanic ensemble day after day after day. There's no question he gets up at 3 because he dresses in the dark.
He does look it, but that's all. That's why we love
Morning
him.
radio, we all get dressed in the dark. You think about it.
Well, actually, I put the lights on, but
Yeah, so do I.
it's okay.
But
It's
we
all
love
good.
him. He's a great boy.
You
He's
give him a
great.
gift certificate. That's what you do.
For what?
For whatever.
Popeyes?
That's it. This way.
Buffet.
Wait.
This way, there's no, there's a limit on what he can consume.
Here's what I want to do. I mean this sincerely. Here's what I want to do. You were on Bill O'Reilly last night. You look great again. You're wearing a high bar shirt. I want Louis Ricard here today. I want Crash's shirt off, and I want Crash measured for his own high bar shirt.
We're posting.
Okay, bring it. Let's go. I'll take the shirt off now.
I'll take a picture.
They have to get material from the circus to actually fit this guy.
Yes, listen, they would need the material to make a tent. You're right about that. He's a big dude, but he readily admits it.
He's a good-looking guy, though,
shy
and
away from
lovable,
it.
and he's got beautiful kids.
And he knows
Gorgeous.
his stuff.
And he knows more than anyone here about baseball.
He does.
That's right.
You know what's funny is on the Imus show today, I pitted. You'll appreciate this, Bernard. Memories of me against John Minko. You were great that day. You specifically were great. I still have the tape 17 years ago. And in the studio that day was Mike Lupica and Mike Breen and Dick Cavett.
To set it up even further, you were competing with John Minko for the sports job on the Imus Morning
That's right.
Show, and everybody was judging you two guys' your performance.
There was like 20 people inside that crappy little studio in Astoria, Queens. And you were, I'm telling you, I've got the tape. You were hilarious that day. So anyway, in an effort to kind of relive that, I now have put Mike Gunzelman up against Warner Wolf in a baseball sports competition on the air tomorrow. It's not going to be nearly as good, I understand that, but it's always fun to have that thing going on. Then I was reminded that Crash is actually the baseball genius here.
Yeah, he'd blow anybody away. He's he walks around with these obscure T-shirts, baseball names on it.
I was so happy you added away at the end of that statement. You have
I
no
was thinking
idea.
that too. blow anyone away.
That's all I kept thinking of.
I walked into that without even walking.
Without the away would have been flirty.
What did you just say?
What happened? No, that's not true.
We missed
so
it,
listen,
thankfully.
what are we doing here?
Well, the big story, obviously, is I'll ask you this, okay? You love Trump, right? Now, forget about the polls, because they're rigged, right? Right?
I didn't say they were rigged.
Do you think they're rigged?
No, I say I think people are not expressing their true opinions. I think that Trump is underrepresented
You think he's fine?
in the polls.
You think he's fine?
Because Trump supporters and Trump himself have been stigmatized.
Okay. So you think he's fine? You think
I
that,
didn't
like
say,
the Brexit?
No, wait a second. I don't necessarily think he's. I think he's in trouble right now.
Okay.
At this particular point in time.
Well, see,
but we'll see. We'll see mid-September.
You're more realistic than the Trump supporters I talk to on social media and in person who say he's winning. They showed me a poll today where he's up 5 points, even though most polls have him down 9. Here's my question to those folks, not you, to those folks. For the second time in less than 2 months, He's retooled his campaign.
Well, that's an indication. What he did last night is a manifestation of not panic on his part, but but the acknowledgement that he needs to do something because he is in trouble. So that's what last night was all about.
So if you're a Trump supporter, how are you going out there saying he's winning, he's doing great, if for the second time in 2 months he retooled his... And this is a big one, because no matter what they say to you, he has demoted a guy that has made a pretty good career in this field in Paul Manafort and added on a Breitbart writer and some loudmouth girl who I saw on CNN Sunday and wanted to kill myself.
Kellyanne Conway's a nice girl.
She's annoying as the day is long.
If she's annoying you, she's doing her job.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Because at one point I was undecided, and if you're undecided and you watch her, you will vote for Hillary in 15 seconds.
Well, let me just say that this whole quote-unquote pivot, and I hate the word now, is all media-driven. And Trump, again, is sort of taking their bait because they're controlling the whole thing. They're forcing Trump to not be Trump. He reads the teleprompter. He's a horrible teleprompter reader. I hate teleprompter Trump. I hate it.
But I thought it was actually pretty good last night. I thought his law, and again, I'm giving him credit. I thought his law and order speech was okay.
Look, he would say something like, "Black people in the inner cities are dying in record numbers. Crime is up 69%. People would applaud, and he'd go, "Thank you, thank you."
I know.
You don't thank somebody.
I know. After that,
after something, and then he would ad lib, talking about the applause. It's a great honor. It's a great honor. And by the way, there are 3 times as many people outside. And he would just pick up in mid sentence, or somebody else says, or the special interests say. He's terrible at the teleprompter. It takes away what his appeal.
I agree with you.
His appeal.
I agree with you. So the question is he reading that teleprompter because of Paul Manafort? And now that he has demoted Paul Manafort and these two folks, does he say, screw all that? Or does he, he still has to read for the teleprompter, doesn't he? Doesn't he?
I don't think he should. I think he should memorize some talking points and just be himself.
That's dangerous.
He cannot read the teleprompter. He sounds stilted and stupid when he reads the teleprompter. The message might be good. He was talking about how Hillary and the Democrats have let down the minorities in the city. They've been running the city forever. Her friends, de Blasio, Rahm Emanuel in Chicago. These are the morons who are running the cities that are in chaos and turmoil.
True.
Baltimore. So it's a good message. But he just, when he reads a teleprompter, he's not going to, I don't see him.
Do you want to hear unscripted Trump? You want to hear an unscripted Trump that you'll like better?
Okay.
Okay, play it.
We had it the other night. I had a lot of people, and one guy who was seriously obese. He complained when I mentioned that food stamps, we have a lot of people on food stamps. And the guy went crazy. And they said that wasn't politically correct. Who cares? We all have a weight problem. Yeah, you can get him out. Yeah, get him out. Get him the hell out of here.
So much better.
Get him out of here. Get out.
Look, I know that appeals to us already Trump
his
supporters.
Base. Right, his base.
But I have to think that there are other people that say, wow, that guy's good off the top of his head, off the cuff. He's funny.
They do say
He's
that.
authoritative.
Right. He'd be great on NBC hosting a reality show.
And by the way, again, this media-driven thing, Rudy Giuliani, taken out of context. This is CNN doing it. We have the tape. Also, the sister of the victim in Milwaukee, that tape of her actually urging people to go to the suburbs and burn that shizzle down. She was the CNN edited the tape to make it seem like she was urging peaceful action. We have those tapes.
I had Steve Kornacki on the show this morning, on Imus's show. He's an MSNBC guy. Okay.
You know, I actually saw that.
Okay. You know who he is?
Steve Kornacki.
You know who he is?
Yeah, he's one of the Rachel Maddow looking nerds.
Correct. And he hosts Meet the Press daily for Chuck Todd every Monday. Anyway, I said to him, I said, listen.
Steve Kornacki.
And I went after him. I said, you guys, CNN, MSNBC, all you guys, according to Bernard, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump, and even me, are guilty of media bias. He did not argue. It was interesting. What he said was, there probably is a bias, which is what I say all the time. But, if you're Donald Trump, and you know the bias exists, why do you constantly make life easy for us?
Yeah, why are you being yourself if you know that the media is going to take it all out of proportion and slam you over the head with it.
Then you have no chance anyway.
Because he has to be himself. I think he has to be authentic. You have to be yourself. I mean, people like the authenticity.
I don't disagree, but he can't win the presidency being that way. I agree with you, but he can't win this.
We have some egregious examples of media bias. Not that you didn't already know. 1-800-848-9222. Bernie and Sid back after this.
Bernie and Sid, 2 brains, 1 show.
Guaranteed to be enormously successful.
77 WABC.
Back on Bernie and Sid on 77 WABC. Billy Joel's Big Shot. And we're going to go right to the phones. Big Shot in Brooklyn. Big Shot.
Yeah, Bernie.
What the deal?
Big Shot here.
That's
Just
my man.
want to let you know that...
Why did they call you Big? Why do you call yourself Big Shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because I don't want people to know who I am. That's simple.
All right. I like the... Hey, listen, I like the confidence. Just call me Big Shot. Yeah.
I think it's Joe Pesci.
Anyway, go ahead, Big Shot. What were you
My
gonna say?
grandmother used to call me Big Shot when I was a kid.
That's cool. Cool. All right. Go ahead.
Just a point of information over here. Ready for this? Big story. Hillary Clinton, this is because she's sick, has Parkinson's disease, and the source is the SS. And I'm not talking about the Nazis.
Yeah. Okay. Did I laugh at you? You're not supposed to laugh at any Nazi joke. No, the SS, the Secret Service. So Hillary has Park. There's a lot of conspiracy theories floating out there.
You'll find out in a month, my friend. You'll find out in a month.
A lot of
That's all I gotta
pictures.
say. 1 month. You hear what I said? You call me up. I'll call you back in a month or two.
Your
you pay me about $100,000 or better.
You're making your grandma proud, Big Shot, because a lot of pictures on Drudge and other places, people talking about this, her holding on to things. The other day with Joe Biden, she actually almost fell off the podium. She's always seated.
Don't care.
Okay.
Don't care. I'm not voting for Hillary Clinton.
I hope she does not.
I don't
That's
care.
Terrible.
I'm voting against Donald Trump. If Tim Kaine takes over, if God forbid Bill takes over, we're even better off anyway. I'm not voting for Hillary. I'm voting against Donald. So if God forbid she's sick,
so you do care. You don't want her to have Parkinson's.
Of course not. But I'm not. But if I found out she was God forbid dying, I still wouldn't vote for Donald Trump.
Well, that's fair enough, but it would damage the ticket, no doubt, because Tim Kaine is not going. He's not a presidential. He's not presidential timber.
What
at this point?
You're not. Hold on. No Donald Trump supporter should ever talk about anybody else being presidential timber.
Donald Trump went through a rugged, grueling process and beat 16 other people.
He did.
And won the nomination. Tim Kaine is a lightweight. Israel hater, by the way.
Oh, stop.
With no national experience, no nothing. He's also completely like her in the tank. He's bought and paid for.
That's fine. He's forgotten more about politics in the last 15 minutes than Donald Trump's known his whole life.
Yeah, but that's why we like Trump.
No, that's why you like Trump. I'm not ready to put that guy in office.
It's the year of the outsider.
No, it's not. He's going to get killed. What year of the outsider? He's going to get killed. He's going to lose by 20 points. But you're going to vote for him. That's great.
Right.
What year of the outsider?
Well, listen, we'll see. What year of the outsider? You haven't heard? Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump?
Yeah, and they're all losers. Neither one of those guys is going to be in the White House.
We're going to see what happens.
We're going to see what happens.
This is the 1-800-848-9222. Bernie and Sid.
I love you. It doesn't matter. You know, I love you so much. I don't even care. I don't care.
By the way, Giuliani, the tape was edited on his 9/11 comments that he forgot about it. When we have the tape, CNN, also the woman, the victim of the Milwaukee, the thug who was shot by the cop.
Yeah.
CNN edited, this is disgusting, they edited the tape to favorably portray her as calling for peace when she was doing anything but. Bernie and Sid, back after Noam with the news.
Bernie and Sid on demand.
You never know what's going to happen.
The WABC radio app. Download it now. Upload the BS. 77 WABC.
By the way, under those 8 years, before Obama came along, we didn't have any successful radical Islamic terrorist attack in the United States. They all started when Clinton and Obama got into office.
Back on Bernie and Sid on 77 WABC. That was Rudy Giuliani the other day. He apparently forgot about 9/11, September 11, 2001. Well, it certainly seemed that way listening to that clip. And it was portrayed that way by a lot of people, even here on this show, as a matter of fact.
No.
But listen to what he actually said. Listen to what he said.
No, before we even play what he actually said, in his defense, I still think what he said was you got to mention 9/11 no matter what. You're Rudy Giuliani. In his defense, he said it started with Obama and Clinton, and before the World Trade Center went down in 2001, there was a bombing in 1993 under Bill Clinton. So he's right. Rudy Giuliani is actually right.
Nice of you to admit that. But the other, I think it was yesterday, you were saying that this idiot
still isn't
forgot.
Idiot. Well, he did forget. You still got to mention 9/11.
Let's see if he forgot. Let's see what he said.
Okay.
Remember, we didn't start this war. They did. We don't want this war. They do. And they didn't start it even in 2001. They attacked the World Trade Center in 1993. Mike Pence understands this from his time both on the Foreign Affairs Committee, from his very, very timely visit, which I remember, to Ground Zero when we were in desperate need of help. He was there. By the way, under those 8 years, before Obama came along, we didn't have any successful radical Islamic terrorist attack in the United States. They all started when Clinton and Obama got into office.
So he did not forget 9/11. He mentioned specifically Ground Zero and the 93 attacks. Of course, yes, it wasn't a clean 8 years. He was talking about post 9/11 is what he was talking about. But he got slammed.
Yeah.
So any second thoughts?
No.
Any apologies?
No.
Sorry, Rudy?
No.
America's mayor?
No. I was taught by a very successful politician, a man who vanquished 16 of the great governors and senators in U.S. history against all odds, with the media against him. Never apologize.
So you're gonna join him.
I'm going to adopt the Donald Trump way of being.
You admire that so much.
No, he's an ass clown.
So you're going to be an ass clown too?
No, I'm just kidding. I would apologize to Rudy, but I still don't. I still think he screwed it up.
Angie from Hudson Valley, New York. Angie, good morning. You're on with Bernie and Sid on WABC.
Hi. First of all, I like your show.
We like you also, so thank you.
My job puts me in front of a lot of women every day, strangers, new women every day, and I don't ask them who they're voting for, but I...
Did you say nude women?
Nude.
New, you filthy degenerate.
Look,
Jesus.
I'm trying to clarify.
Sorry, Angie, go ahead.
I like the what I thought.
Right, me too. Yeah. We should do that. We should send one of our guys down to like flash dancers or something and talk to nude women.
So I don't ask them who they're voting for, but I do ask them what they're thinking, what their thoughts are on this political race. I can tell you that 95% of the women are voting for Trump, but they also say that they don't tell anybody that because the liberal friends, they don't want to get into the argument. You know, they say they're so narrow-minded that they won't even listen to their side.
And plus, they get judged.
Right. Well, that's what you've been saying.
You must be a moron if you're voting for that guy. If you're even thinking about it, how dare you? Yeah, people they stigmatize and judge. You're right, Angie.
Well, that's what Bernard has been saying all along. Listen, Angie, Bernard, thousands of others have called the show every single day. All these stories are very anecdotal. I do it too. I'm guilty too, Angie. My mother, my father, my brother, my friends. Don't mean nothing. We're going to see what happens with the masses, millions and millions of people in November. So until then, you're going to have your friends that are voting for Trump, and I'm going to have my friends that are voting for Hillary, and we're going to find out in a couple of months. Because really, right now, all that we have that's supposed to be somewhat reliable are the polls, which now no longer are good because Trump is getting killed. They were fine when he was winning the primary, but now they're messed up, they're bought, they're rigged. So we have no way of knowing anything until November.
Nobody's saying the polls are rigged. We're saying that they're not reflecting the true support that's out there. You see these rallies that he goes to with 15, 20,000. Imagine if the situation were reversed. He holds a rally and 42 people show up.
Right.
She holds a rally and you have 15,000 to 20,000. That would be the story.
No.
Hillary Clinton, like they used to say about Bernie.
She's not good at the rallies. Her voters know that.
But that would be the story.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We know she's not good at rallies. Listen, I'm anti-Donald Trump. I'm here to tell you that I would much rather be at a Donald Trump rally because he's more entertaining, he's more interesting, but I'm not voting for him. Who shows up at rallies is a barometer for nothing.
Everybody that shows up at Trump rallies, they're voting for Trump. Nobody goes there because if they're pro-Hillary, but they just want to be entertained by Donald Trump.
I would tell you this. If he was down by 2 or 3 points, Bernard, in most polls, I would say, you're right, stigmatisms, rallies. He's down by 10 points.
Yeah, okay, so you cut that to maybe 5 points. I mean, I agree with you. He's probably down a bit right now, but still, you would have to cut that. And not because the polls are rigged, because people are not being honest, as referenced before, the Brexit, and some of the ways he underperformed during the primary in the polls. It turns out he ended up winning. I think, what was it? Well, Wisconsin was a perfect example. There were a lot of examples. Rich from Forest Hills, you're on with Bernie and say good morning, Rich.
Hey, good morning. I'm a first-time listener, and I can't believe I got through. I find you guys informative, entertaining, and really annoying. So that's a great
perfect. Bingo. Thank you, Rich.
Yeah.
And also, I have a closet full of shirts, but I'm going to have to buy an iBar shirt to see what you guys are talking about.
You have to. iBar shirt. You don't have to go to a department store, man. You do this all over the Internet, and it's beautiful.
They really are nice shirts.
Yeah.
They really are. You'll love them.
iBarshirt.com. Go ahead, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
Okay, listen, I wanted to mention, there's another, aside from Trump, who I am voting for without a doubt, I found Muhammad Ali to be really annoying. I never liked the guy. He was arrogant. His ego was monumental, but he always proved himself when he said, I'm the greatest. He proved it every single time. And it's the same thing that Donald Trump has done by beating all of his opponents, by being himself, by being Donald Trump. To some way, Muhammad Ali was Muhammad Ali. And I think leave the guy alone.
But here's the problem, Rich. Rich. He's proven himself against. He's had the fights, right? But he hasn't had the big one against Frazier. He hasn't had the big one. Well, the question is, are we going to see Rich in the big election coming up? Are we going to see the Ali that beat Frazier or the Ali that lost to Leon Spinks? I mean, he's won fights, but he hasn't won the championship of the world yet. So, no, he doesn't deserve to have all of our undying loyalty. He's done a great job up to this point. He surprised a lot of people, but the big championship fight is still months away.
And then what happened was after he clinched the nomination, the media just turned on him.
They did.
Talk about a pivot.
They did.
I mean, in the most conspicuous and disgusting ways.
They did.
And I'll give you an example. CNN, by the way, is down. MSNBC is actually beating CNN because they are so one-sided in their coverage of Trump. CNN is. Right. I mean, they're getting beaten now by MSNBC, the MSNBC, the We Report You Decide Not to Watch network, believe it or not. So listen to CNN, the thug who was shot by the black cop in Milwaukee. Yeah. He had a gun on him. He was facing the cop, and he got shot, and he had a bunch of priors. Anyway, listen to the sister of this guy, and how CNN edited this clip. Take a listen.
Smith's family and friends holding a vigil marked by prayers.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
With his sister calling for peace.
Don't bring the violence here and the ignorance here.
Okay, don't bring the violence here. That's what she said in that clip. That's how CNN portrayed it. This is what she actually said.
Don't burn the down shit we need in our community. Take that shit to the suburbs. Burn that shit down. We need our shit.
Can you believe this?
Unbelievable.
I mean, so it is not just Trump. And people say, yeah, well, if you're a reporter, an objective reporter, and you think Trump is really a danger to the country, you should not be objective. They are dishonest creeps, biased in every aspect.
All of them, though?
Yeah, just listen to that tape.
I agree with you, but
that is unbelievable.
Is Chris Cuomo that?
Chris Cuomo, he's partially that.
Is Anderson Cooper that?
Anderson Cooper partially. When you see his panels, you have 8 Hillary supporters, 1 Trump supporter, and Anderson Cooper.
Is Allison Camerata that?
I don't watch these shows that closely.
What about
I don't watch them
what about Don Lemon?
Don for sure, without a doubt. Same thing with the panels, and he piles on not as the objective moderator. Yeah. He is all in for Hillary Clinton.
What about
all in
Burnett?
I don't watch them that closely. I'm just giving you an example right here. I see the panels and I hear these tapes.
You happen to be right.
Who's the hottest girl on CNN?
On CNN?
Oh, I'll
Yes.
tell you that.
Chris Cuomo.
No. It's the babe at 2:00. What the hell's her name?
Blonde or brunette? I don't know. I don't watch that at 2:00. So.
Yeah, and you have Kate Baldwin. You have
Brooke Anderson. Is she on CNN?
Brooke Baldwin.
That's it. Brooke, right.
Sultry,
Okay,
Yeah.
so does she do
sultry,
it?
Beautiful Brooke
Is
Baldwin.
she one of the people?
We don't. He doesn't care.
No, she is.
Okay.
No,
But he doesn't care. He
her
still
I
watches
watch.
it. He still watches it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's. I mean, come on, listen.
If she did
I'm
a
not
show
an
with
idiot.
Abby, if she did a show with Abby Huntsman, and all they talked about was how great Hillary Clinton is, Bernard wouldn't miss a second.
I can filter through the BS and the bias.
Oh my God, Abby is so pretty.
She is.
She's so pretty, and so is Kim Guilfoyle.
Abby, Brooke,
Yes.
and Kimberly is just
Girl
spectacular.
crush.
Did you see her last night with the glasses on, O'Reilly?
No.
She's really hot.
Take it easy now. Take it easy. What is this turning into?
She's really smart.
Hey, you know what? We'll talk about next hour. The chaos. Speaking of O'Reilly, we talked about it last night. The chaos at the Olympics, but also this movie.
You know, they arrested a bunch of guys there today too for scalping tickets. Guys from the IOC, I think, were arrested, rounded up this morning in Brazil for scalping tickets.
The IOC should be disbanded.
I mean,
for having.
It's worse than the Clinton Foundation.
This is really it's a debacle, a disaster. This movie, Sausage Party. First of all, Ellen DeGeneres is a racist, according to a lot of people.
All right.
She tweeted something about Usain Bolt, and also the social justice warriors, the snowflakes in the social justice warrior movement, are just beside themselves over this movie. Seth Rogen's movie,
I heard Rogen
Sausage
interviewed
Party.
about it. It was funny. It was funny.
Back on Bernie and Sid after this.
The Bernie and Sid Show.
Guaranteed to be enormously successful.
It's about truth, the damn truth, New York's truth, the truth behind the BS. For New York, nothing at all in between. This is Bernard McGurk.
So Bernie,
This is Sid Rosenberg.
the one and only Sid.
Live, local, on it.
You never know what's going to happen.
Exclusively.
Bernie and Sid.
77 WABC.
So like relax, I'm spilling these raps long as you feel them. To the day that I drop, you'll never say that I'm not killing them. Cause when I am not, then I'ma stop pinning them. And I am not hip-hop, and I'm just not Eminem. Subliminal thoughts when I'ma stop sending them. Women are caught in web, spin them in hawk venom. Adrenaline shots, the penicillin could not get the illin to stop. Amoxicillin's just not filling up. The criminal cop.
Back on 77 WABC with Bernie and Sid. The great Eminem.
Is he great?
Who has not been seen or heard from in quite some time.
I was going to say, is he really great, Eminem?
He was quite the talent.
He got his time.
For a little white boy to emerge from the 8 Mile district in Detroit,
mean
from a
streets,
trailer park, and to dominate the rap world for as long as he did, and he would cross over into he was fantastic. Did you ever see the movie 8 Mile?
Love the movie.
Fantastic.
Loved it. Never loved him.
No,
never loved his music either. But I mean,
really,
you got to give him credit.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
I like Slim Shady. Did like that.
That's good.
But I got to give him credit. I mean, there are people I'll give
That's
credit
nice
to
of you.
if I don't like them. I mean,
nice.
Well, no, listen. Hey, there are people in the world today. If they don't like you, they're not going to give you credit. In other words, I've had more Trump supporters tell me that I have no talent. When the fact is, talent and who you're voting for, there's no correlation.
Don't pay attention to that.
Right.
Don't
So the point is, I am here to tell you that I think the guy, I congratulate him. I don't like him, but I got to give him credit for his success, no? Don't you feel the way about people?
Of course.
Do you like everybody who's been successful?
Hey, look, Bill and Hillary, a couple of goobers, or at least he's a goober from a broken family.
Right.
And now he's jetting around on G5s and getting all kinds
So
of
you give him
hiney
credit.
and getting paid big time.
So you give him credit.
Yes, of course.
Even though a lot of that money he gets that is getting paid big time come from people who hate Jews and gays and.
What are you trying to do to me?
Well, I'm just
trying to help you out.
No, I know, but
they're your guys.
Why would you go to them?
Speaking of that, which is O'Reilly
You're
dug into
funny.
that last night. The guy Ted Soros,
George Soros.
George.
Right.
Ted Soros is actually whatever. Anyway,
George Soros also was a billionaire. I will tell you that.
But But I played tennis with him once. But he's a total Jew hater, anti-Israel guy, and Hillary Clinton's taking like $7 million from this guy. She marches with a Jew hater, Al Sharpton, at the Gay Pride Parade, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
That's your girl, but that's another story.
That's
so yes,
my
I can
girl.
give these people credit
You're funny.
for being successful. They
You
worked
do.
hard. At least they got out of bed in the morning and they made something of themselves.
I got to hear this.
She, by marrying him, partially,
Right.
he did so on his own by being a sleazeball and a ruthless ladder climber.
And a pretty good president. With all that said.
He wasn't horrible.
He wasn't horrible. I must ask you, where did this tennis match between you and, this is the Hamptons, this has to be some hoity-toity.
It was back during the Imus Morning Show. Joseph Abood.
Oh, I did the same thing with Mad Dog and Patrick McEnroe.
He held a fundraiser up in Westchester County.
Yes.
And I was partnered up with George Soros. I had no idea who the hell he was.
That's unreal.
I remember thinking, I'm playing with this old schlub. I mean, who the hell is this guy? I was playing against McEnroe and somebody else.
Funny.
And it was George freaking Soros.
Wow. Because I did the same thing. It was me and Christopher Mad Dog Russo against Pat McEnroe and Joseph Abood. And Dog is actually a really good tennis player. And we were up like 3-0. I'm like, oh, my God, Chris, are we going to beat? And then Pat started to take it seriously. And they won 6-4.
He toyed with you.
Yeah, he toyed with us for a little while. But so that's funny. You got George Soros.
George Soros. And I'm like, hey, you want, go over there. He kept going to the left, and I'm like, go more towards the middle. But now I understand. You see what I did there?
I saw what you did there.
Listen, let me just say this, by the way. You did it again. You didn't flush the toilet. There, read it, huh? In the Sean Hannity bathroom.
How do you know it's me?
Because
you have a camera
it
in
only
there?
can be you.
Was it duty or pee-pee?
I'll tell you what.
Was it duty or pee-pee?
It was yellow.
Yeah,
it was yellow.
That was me.
He does such a good Archie.
No, listen. You come out of the men's room, biting your nails.
I forget.
You're looking down. You're biting your nails, and then I go in, and the water's still swirling around.
And it's bubbles in there.
Bubbles.
Yeah, that's the new vitamins.
I mean, flush the. Come on. That means you. By the way, you're biting your nails. That means you don't even flush. You don't even wash your hands.
Well, here's the problem.
You just run out.
Here's a problem with that.
Yeah, I know.
And then he puts it in our ears.
I very rarely.
That's right.
That's right. Gil's
mouth. You get the ear. I get the face. Okay.
I've never seen soap that looks dirty. Except for this bathroom.
That's right.
Like, I look at this soap, I go, that's going to make it worse.
Yeah, as we have said before, our official Sean Hannity bathroom, it makes the bathroom at Penn Station look like the bathroom at Trump Tower.
But does somebody take that bar of soap and leave it in their ass crack all day?
I'll tell you what. I think it is Gene Maxwell, the engineer, who actually provides the soap out of the goodness of his heart, the dad of the 17th floor.
Right, he's a great guy.
Because otherwise there wouldn't even be any soap in there. There would be no soap. I think Gene just takes it from his house and just generously leaves it there. There would be no...
There's a shower in there.
Absolutely
There's
nasty.
a shower in that bathroom.
That's Curtis's shower.
There's like a bottle of Pert shampoo from like 1960. Like Joe Namath used it after he played the Colts.
Curtis's.
I think Flirty took a shower in there.
I would never, ever take a shower.
With Hannity.
What?
Oh, my God. That is beautiful.
Oh, now I need a shower.
That is beautiful.
No, I would never take a shower in there.
No, listen, it's all good.
Flirty's got a nice little glow on her face today talking about showering with Hannity.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You know what's funny about her? I actually texted her last night for a bunch of clips, right? I emailed, as I normally do. I do a lot of research, and I usually do more research than I need, which is true for the Imus Morning Show
Yes, you do.
and this show as well.
Yes.
So anyway, I sent her a request for 7 clips, right? 7 audio cuts for a 2-hour show, right?
Right.
Not unreasonable, right?
No, nothing.
So she writes back. She says, okay, so this morning we only played 3 clips.
Are you serious? She's keeping score?
He asked for like 20 cuts a day.
I asked for 7 clips.
And we only ever play like 3
But we had a guest yesterday who took up the one whole full hour.
Plus, I was in the middle of something.
You ever? Well, if you ever make a house party and run out of vodka, it's very embarrassing. I don't went to the liquor store, so you buy too much. But she was in the middle of something. This is a true story. I walk in at the beginning of the show. She's behind the glass. If I'm lying, I go to her. There's no question. By your face today, you got laid last night.
And I said, yes, you're right.
Why, it was sticky? What do you mean?
He said I had a glow in my face, and I'm not pregnant again, so...
Right. So, she was busy.
Well,
I was busy.
You don't get pregnant that way.
We told her that after the last one, and she didn't listen, okay?
They call it Flirty Flipper's birth control.
You know, you can get pregnant using a condom, just saying.
Yeah, but not.
Not
well,
right.
Let's not get too good. It's a family show.
But she's in a great mood today, and she's
good. Well, we thank Vic.
Yeah, Vic is a good man,
Mr. Vital.
Who says it was Vic?
You know, a good point.
The hotline's ringing. Is that Vic? Should I put him through, or you want to tell him later?
No, it's fine.
Vic is.
There's no proof.
By the way, Vic was a WFAN guy. Vic is a big sports fan. Great sports fan. Knows his stuff. But we have we've kept him here. He's a huge ABC guy now.
He told me he used to listen to the 10 a.m. show at the Fan, and he's like, not anymore. He's like, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
He wasn't even into politics. He's like, but I could listen to those two all day long.
I swear to God, Joe and Evan, I hear that all the time. I swear to God, I do. I really do.
Yeah.
And folks that ordinarily listen to the Fan, like even Chaz Palminteri, the great actor who was on with me this morning, and I've been on this many times. I mean, he was stuck on the Fan.
How could you? I mean, really, there's no comparison.
I agree.
Speaking of sticky.
I mean, what are they talking about today? What do you think? A-Rod still?
Do the Mets still have a shot for the wild
Right, Syndergaard hit a home run. You're probably right. A lot of Olympics, maybe?
Perhaps Olympics, which brings us to this. Last night on O'Reilly, we talked Olympics.
Yes,
the
you did.
crime, the filth, the chaos down there. And he actually put together this little montage of news people talking about the conditions down there. It's very amusing. Take a listen.
Ryan Lochte, who is one of the most medaled Olympians, 12 overall, has been robbed at gunpoint.
The Olympic diving pool has turned green, and nobody seems to know why.
The dirty water at the Olympic Games may have actually cost one athlete her shot at winning gold.
Journalists covering the Olympics in Rio had a close call on Tuesday night when they say their bus came under fire.
I mean,
unbelievable. And again, today, according to Warner, they arrested a bunch of IOC guys for scalping tickets to their own events.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I think they rounded up about 6 guys. It's unreal.
But, I mean, you would think they're not exactly selling out.
I know.
Down in Rio.
And by the way, nobody believed in the committee. Nobody believed Ryan Lochte when he said that he got held up, him and his buddies, a couple of days ago. Then they kind of said, okay, he must be telling the truth. Now it's come out today. Again, they don't really believe him. That he is very short on details, very short on specifics, like Donald Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what that is?
What is that?
Blaming the victim. That's awful.
CNN,
once again, blaming the victim.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, they don't want to. Oh, please. Listen.
Look how mad you get.
There's
Look
a
how
reason.
mad
I
you
hate
get.
those people. Yeah, I hate them worse now than MSNBC.
I know. I see.
I started
and
gravitating.
it's personal with MSNBC.
I started gravitating towards CNN because Fox was losing me, the Megyn Kellys and the other people. And I started to actually take to Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon and those guys.
Right. Well, you still like Anderson Cooper, no?
I do, but I mean, the overall general bias is killing me.
Yeah.
But back to the Olympics.
Yeah.
When even the North Koreans want to go home, you know it's bad down there. It's terrible. And speaking of the IOC, I mean, who lost out on the bid down there? Beirut? Mogadishu? I mean, did they not have an advanced team to check these stink holes out before they go?
So true.
They should be disbanded. It's terrible. I mean, the rivers and the bays surrounding Rio, they make the Flint River in Michigan look like Poland, like running with Poland spring water, for God's sakes. It's terrible.
It is.
And the people checking out of the hotels, they run like Usain Bolt to the taxi to get the freak out. Speaking of Usain Bolt, man, I'll tell you what, this guy, there's a tape that's going around on the internet. Yeah. Usain Bolt in 2015 was at an event. He had just won a race. Spanish TV is actually interviewing him. And as the mid-interview, they start playing the national anthem.
Okay.
He says to the interviewer, a female interviewer,
stop, I want to hear the song.
Stop.
Yeah.
It's the national anthem.
That's
she
pretty
keeps
cool.
going. He says, no, stop.
Yeah.
It's the national anthem.
You know, the hints.
He turns around and stands and just quietly listens. And when it's over, turns around and says, okay, now
let's
what
do
were
this.
You saying? I mean, Usain Bolt. Now he's
not even American.
He's my man right now.
That's why Americans root for him. Just so you know, the Hanson brothers did the same thing in Slapshot.
That's what makes
Except
them
they
great.
cursed. That's what made them.
They cursed.
Remember Hanson brothers? I'm listening to the epping song, man. The Hanson brothers and Usain Bolt. 3 great Americans. 4 great Americans. There were 3 Hanson brothers, just so you know.
Eddie from Queens. You're on with Bernie and Sid on WABC. Good morning, Eddie.
Hey, guys. As you know, you guys are the best. You know Usain Bolt broke a world record 100 meters? Not
How's that?
That particular night, the night before, running to the can with the runs.
I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, man, they actually are sending people home with dysentery.
That's awful.
Dysentery is
you haven't heard about that since the swamps
that's
at
what
Woodstock.
I'm saying.
I know.
It's unbelievable. Since that's like something out of a book you read.
It's a great line you had. Even the North Koreans want to go home. That's pretty good.
Hey, listen, Ellen DeGeneres, speaking of Usain Bolt, is a racist. I'll tell you why.
I thought I liked her.
Yeah, well, listen to
She dances good. She's a good dancer.
I'll tell you what the little snowflakes in the social justice warrior movement are saying about Ellen DeGeneres, the racist, over her tweet about Usain Bolt. 1-800-848-9222. Bernie and Sid back after this.
Bernie and Sid. Live, local, on at 77 WABC.
昨天来太下了，所以就还是会有点乏力吧，感觉特别累。但这也不是理由，还是我没有游好。
Back on Bernie and Sid on 77 WABC. Can you identify the language, Sid?
I believe, only because I love Wohops, I believe that was Chinese.
Very good.
Thank you.
Which dialect?
Excellent restaurant down
Very
in
nice.
Chinatown.
Nice.
What dialect?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's
Come on, the judge's decision. Which dialect?
Cantonese. Well,
Polynesian?
What else could I mean?
Mandarin.
I don't even know what it is.
We don't know
Listen,
the answer.
so anyway, what she was saying, she was giving an interview.
Okay.
Speaking in Chinese.
Right.
And she was actually she was a swimmer, a Chinese swimmer down in Rio. And
What's her name, Bernie? It says it right on the sheet.
Her name is Fu Yuan Hui.
It says F-U Huan He.
Fu Yuan Hui.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
So she was saying that she had her, she was having her friend. So
she was
they gave her
menstruating?
little problems. Yes.
She had a period in the pool?
That's what she was saying.
Oh,
That's
my
in the
God.
interview. So she's being celebrated online as breaking down a taboo. She was just being honest. She says, look, I'm having a tough little time here because this is happening.
Well, the pool ain't green anymore, I'll tell you that.
Sicko.
Red and green makes orange, right?
It's fun. They make chlorine for, right?
Sick.
Hey, listen, first of all, your dad sent us...
Well, my dad's a nut job. I love my father. He's my best friend, but he's so mad at me because, he hates Hillary and he hates Obama and my mother which is fine. I know he's mad at me, but he tries to be nice because he loves me. He's my friend. We love each other. But he sends me this because you brought up George Soros.
George Soros, who is a vehement anti-Israel guy. He's not a Zionist.
Right. Although he was your tennis partner once.
He was my tennis partner. And he gives Hillary, he gave her like $7 million. O'Reilly was all over this.
I'm sure more than that.
The Democratic Party, millions and millions of dollars.
Plus, he's also paying Donald Trump millions of dollars on the side to destroy the GOP. And it's working. Okay. Him and Hillary are all part of this one big scheme.
See what you did there. Go ahead.
Anyway, Big Harvey Rosenberg says, and I quote, Soros is a self-hating Jew scumbag.
You see, and I knew...
Signed, Dad.
That's your dad. Don't hold back, Mr. Rosenberg. But look, I knew he was a Jew. It doesn't matter. I mean... He is vehemently anti-Israel, and he supports the boycott on Israel, all that type of thing, which, by the way, the Democrats, the left, the Obamas, the Kerrys, in their heart, they harbor the same sentiments. But politically, it's death here in the United States, and they know it. So they're not
Well, then just explain to me.
It.
Explain to me why the Jews continue to vote for these people.
Well, you have to explain that to me because you're one of them.
Well, because... I don't know.
Right. Bo Dietl's on the line with us right now, Sid. Hey, Bo.
Hey, guys, how you doing? I love Mr. Rosenberg, and he's right on target with this Soros Hungarian creep. Should go back to Hungary. First of all, he's the one that supports all this Black Lives Matter.
That's right.
Anything that's civil unrest, disruption to this country, that friggin' creep supports it. He's a punk. I like the bitch slapper.
Yeah, Bo. All right. I think you could take him, too.
I hope you caught that one. But listen to me. On a serious note, one of our great heroes in New York has passed away of cancer, lung cancer. And he was my CEO for a couple of years. He was the chief of the New York City Police Department, John Timoney.
My God, John Tierney, great guy.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah, he died. He had the lung cancer. He left. Remember, I took him from Philadelphia. He came to my company. He was my CEO. Then he went down to Miami, and he was the police commissioner chief down there. And then he went to Abu Dhabi or someplace over there. And then all of a sudden he came back, and we lost a great great American.
He grew up in Ireland. He grew up in Ireland, in Dublin. John Timoney was a great guy, really nice, fun guy.
I was gonna, when I become mayor, I was thinking about bringing him back. But our Mayor John, I loved him very much, and I'm very deeply saddened by it. But we lost a great New Yorker, a great American, and he still had his Irish brogue, and he's been here. We came on a force together, and he's in the '60s, and he still had his Irish brogue. He thought he was in Ireland. What a great American, John Timoney.
A very healthy guy. He was into down in Philly, rowing, sculling, whatever you call that, on the river down there, and he was very healthy. So I'm actually shocked.
Yeah, when Mayor Bo Dietl takes effect, here's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to get on a friggin' bulldozer, and I'm going to bulldoze these bike racks the hell out of New York City. That's my first order. I'm going to be on a bulldozer, and these bike racks are going bye-bye. This is not Beijing. This is not Hong Kong. This is New York.
Yeah, that's right. Take the subway, you mutts. Hey, Bo, listen, thanks for the call. Rest in peace, John Timoney.
Sorry if you lost to him.
But we have Ellen DeGeneres is a racist and other things coming up. I'm really, I have goosebumps over the Timoney thing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
1-800-848-9222. Bernie and Sid back after Nome with the news.
The Bernie and Sid Show.
It's fun to listen to.
800-848-WABC.
There could be an explosion at any time.
Get in. Get truth. 77 WABC.
Hi, this is Congressman Charlie Rangel, and you're listening to the Bernie and Sid Show.
Yes, right for you. You too. Pride in the Name of Love, one of the greatest rock and roll albums ever, Unforgettable Fire. Charlie Rangel will, in fact, be in studio once again with you and I tomorrow, and he's great in here.
He's fantastic.
He really is.
He's sort of Bill Donahue good. Opposite side of the political spectrum, but
and I've got the color spectrum, too.
Yeah, that too. But charismatic.
Very.
And,
well-dressed.
A New York character.
Well,
very dapper guy, a war hero.
Difference
I
is
love the way he talks. He talks something like that.
That's very good.
It's all right. But look, anyway, he'll be here tomorrow.
But Bill Donahue, for the most part, people loved him. I had one friend of mine in South Florida, this guy CJ, who loves our show but likes to pick on you because he's a liberal. And he hated Bill Donahue. I don't know why. He said, I grew up Catholic.
Because he's a liberal.
Right.
That's why.
There you go.
Some people can't put that aside. For example, with Charlie Rangel, I can put it aside. The guy is great.
They can't. I
don't understand.
He
that.
was on with you and I that day. I thought he was great. And my Twitter, I figured it would be flooded with, wow, that guy was really funny. That guy was great. No, he stole money. He didn't pay his taxes. He's no good.
Charlie Rangel.
Yes.
Right. No, he did. He has had some problems. Who among us haven't?
Right. Who cares?
Or hasn't, right? Who among us hasn't?
Including Bill and Hillary. But why we care so much?
Look, we're just trying to have a good time here. Right. We're going to have a vaunted congressman. He's been in the Congress since 1972. He is a decorated Korean war hero.
He's a war hero.
And he will be here.
He pulled people out of they were about to die.
Yes.
Literally.
That's why I always give guys like that a break. Plus, he's a true New York character.
Correct.
Now, listen, Ellen DeGeneres, she actually tweeted... she put out this tweet, I guess Instagram or tweet, a picture of her on Usain Bolt's back as he's running and smiling, and she's holding taking a piggyback ride on his back, and the caption is, "This is how I'm running errands from now on." So she is absolutely getting clobbered.
I'm going to ask you why.
Because they say it's racist.
It's not.
Okay.
First of all, you can never call a lesbian a racist.
But it's similar to... why not?
No. Well, that sounded so good.
But you're right. She is a protected class. You're right. She can. It's like liberals can say things like Ron Kuby says shizzle all the time.
Oh my God!
And why can he get away?
You'd be in prison for the stuff that he says.
Right, because of he's a liberal, so he can get away with that stuff. But
no, but I see I just don't see what the outcry is. I don't see it. He's fast. So guess what? He can run her from errand to errand to errand very quickly.
But that's how she sees a black man. She's going to ride his back.
A great runner.
Like he's some kind of horse that she's going to ride.
He's fast.
I know. I'm telling you, this is how bad it's gotten with the language Nazis, with the social justice warriors, the cry bullies, the thumb-sucking cry bullies out there.
And which candidate will get rid of this PC crap?
Well,
neither.
That's another. I don't even want to inject.
Neither. By the way,
politics. You make a great point.
No, you don't. Because in real life, while it sounds great, and I've made a career, as Bernard has, of being politically incorrect. Trust me. So that does hit home. Donald Trump, he ain't changing a damn thing.
But you know what's funny, Sid, is like, for example, CNN, MSNBC with Ellen DeGeneres. Then they go on to list, she does this for blacks, foundations, this and that. But on Fox News, they report the story, and then they ended dryly by saying, Ellen DeGeneres insists she's not a racist. And then they move on. But, I mean, turnabout is fair play. That's what the liberals do to the people on the right all the time.
But they don't, and I'm with you, but the right doesn't do it to the left, right?
Well, they did it in this case. Look, I don't know. I don't care. It's just that it's gotten way out of control. Obviously.
We're sensitive to stuff like that, obviously. Anybody with Imus and us, there was nothing wrong with what she did there. I didn't see it. Well, yeah,
I could play devil's advocate and say, well, you wouldn't.
Well, that's a good
I'm
point.
not going to.
No, but people will.
Of course,
that's exactly what they'll say. Well, of course,
yes,
Sid.
I know. Believe me, it's sickening. It's vomit-inducing. Speaking of which, this movie Sausage Party with Seth Rogen, it wins the gold for being politically incorrect,
which is great. Now, listen, Seth Rogen, I always loved Seth, and then he came out after American Sniper,
and I wanted to punch him right in the face.
Me too. Him and Fat Michael Moore. But then I heard him again months after that on a radio show, and I liked him again. And I don't know. I see. Here's the thing: when Michael Moore comes out and says stuff like that, it's because he is a commie pinko bastard. I think with Seth, he's just high. I'm serious. I think he's just stoned.
I think he leans that way.
He leans, but he's not I don't think he's a bad guy, a mean guy.
I'll prove it to you, too.
Okay.
But let me just... in this movie, you have certain things that he says. Again, you have a Nazi German sauerkraut. In other words, they have items of food that are characters, thus sausage party, and they speak. So the Nazi German sauerkraut is dedicated to, quote unquote, exterminating the Jews.
The Jews, not the Jews.
Right. Well, yeah, right, okay. Right. So also you have an Arabic loaf of flatbread with a stereotypical Middle East accent. Right. And it talks about the 77 bottles of extra virgin oil awaiting him in the next life.
Hilarious.
An Irish potato who sings Danny Boy.
Brilliant.
Whose catchphrase is Jesus F, all the time.
Love it.
And a bagel is a Jew, obviously. Sounds like Woody Allen. Right. And by the way, with the Middle East and the bagel and the Jew characters, this Salon.com points out that neither actor is either Middle Eastern or Jewish. So that's the criteria. So, oh my God, how could they possibly? And then you have also some dude playing a Native American. His name is Bill Hader from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
His name is Firewater, and he's. They say he's reminiscent of characters in Peter Pan. He grunts and uses sign language.
Perfect. God, perfect.
Et cetera, et cetera.
See, I can only hope to God that he makes like 10 of these. That there's sequel after sequel after sequel, so people out there can take the stick out of their ass and start to laugh once in a while.
According to Salon.com, they have, quote, this is their writing, quote, a date rapist tequila bottle with a Cheech Marin-esque drawl, a lesbian taco who lusts after hot lady brains.
I heard about that one. That's great. The lesbian taco is great.
And a black guy who's named Mr. Grits.
I'm so going to see this.
And the fruit in the movie, all the fruit are gay.
Come on.
I swear to God.
No, I'm saying that's not great.
But, here's the thing. Mel Gibson, of course, would be thrown into Guantanamo Bay if he did this.
Right.
But because Seth Rogen is a liberal,
it's okay.
He can get away with it.
And he's high.
And he also, and it hasn't affected him. He's on these Bud Light commercials.
Yeah.
Actually, but on the commercials with Amy Schumer, they actually discuss unequal pay for women. So it's okay now.
Yeah.
So another liberal canard.
It's kind of weird. Yeah, but I'm part of that group. I kind of like him too. And I was really angry about the American Sniper thing.
I was too.
But I just there's something about, to me he's like a kid that is never. I have a hard time hating Seth Rogen.
Well,
Michael Moore. Hey.
Anyway, regarding Seth Rogen, I guess it's true what they say about who runs Hollywood.
Yeah, I guess so.
The Canadians. Hey, listen to what's his name, Deepak Chopra on Trump.
But he represents the racist, the bigot, the one who's prejudiced, the one who is full of fear and hatred, the one who represents emotional retardation of a 3-year-old, and yet he's so popular because he's given permission to our collective psyche to express their darkest demons.
He must really hate sausage party. But anyway, we were talking about how Deepak, just the way he speaks, makes everything sound. Yeah, makes it sound legitimate. Actually, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's calling Trump retarded. He could be himself, but because the way he talks, he speaks in such a way that like this, it makes him sound so reasonable, so like he knows what he's doing,
and calm and collected.
Look, like for example, Trump's presidential announcement speech.
All right.
Our country is in serious trouble. We don't have victories anymore. We used to have victories, but we don't have them. When was the last time you saw anybody us beating? Let's say China in a trade deal. They kill us. I beat China all the time. All the time. When was the last time you saw Chevrolet in Tokyo? It doesn't exist, folks. They beat us all the time. When do we beat Mexico at the border? They're laughing at us, at our stupidity. When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems. And they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people. So, coming from Deepak Chopra, though,
it sounds so.
Trump sounds like
nice.
a wild-eyed lunatic when he says
it.
But Deepak, it actually, you're like, yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
he's right. and you sing when these rap songs, for example, right? If you had Deepak, some of the lyrics are way off the hook, off the wall, crazy.
Yeah. Right.
For example, listen to this. Was looking at her. She hit the floor. Oh! Shawty got low. All right. Low. So if you have Deepak Chopra reading these lyrics,
sure.
we'll call him Tupac Chopra. Tupac Chopra.
I like it.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Shorty had them apple bottom jeans, boots with the four. The whole club was looking at her. She hit the floor. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, Shorty got low. I ain't never seen nothing that'll make me go this crazy all night spending my dough. Had $1 million vibe and a bottle to go. Them birthday cakes. They stole the show. So sexual, she was flexible. Professional drinking X and O. Hold up, wait a minute. Do I see what I think? Whoa. Did I think I seen Shorty get low? Ain't the same when it's up that close. Make it rain, I'm making it snow. Work the pole, I got a bankroll. I'ma say that I prefer no clothes. I'm into that, I love women exposed. She threw it back at me. I gave her more. Cash ain't a problem. I know where it goes. Shorty got low.